Have you ever wondered why the wealthy seem to operate by a completely different set of rules, ones they never teach in school? Why some people break free from financial struggle while others stay trapped in the paycheck-to-paycheck grind for life? One man has been pulling back the curtain for decades. His name? Robert Kiyosaki. But who is he really? And why are so many millionaires, investors, and entrepreneurs echoing his teachings like gospel? Robert Kiyosaki isn't your typical finance guru. He didn't rise through Wall Street or sit in ivory towers lecturing about economics. Instead, he built his financial knowledge from real-world experience, through wins and losses, risks and failures. His breakthrough came in 1997 when he published the now world-famous book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. At first, it was dismissed. Traditional thinkers criticized it, but it exploded into a phenomenon, selling over 40 million copies in over 100 countries. It reshaped how people think about money. But what made it so revolutionary? Kiyosaki introduced a powerful concept: the difference between being rich and being wealthy. His rich dad wasn't actually his biological father. It was a friend's dad, a savvy businessman who taught Robert the mindset of the financially free. In contrast, his own poor dad, his biological father, was well-educated but financially stuck, always working hard yet never gaining real financial security. Kiyosaki's core message is deceptively simple, but incredibly deep. The poor and middle class work for money. The rich make money work for them. This idea turned conventional thinking on its head. While schools taught students to get a good job, Robert was saying, build assets. Focus on cash flow, not job titles. He emphasized financial education, something that's sorely missing in formal schooling. According to him, that's not by accident. He argues the system is designed to produce workers, not thinkers. So what kind of assets does he talk about? Real estate, businesses, intellectual property, stocks, and more. But it's not just about owning these assets. It's about understanding how they generate income passively over time. Kiyosaki himself built a portfolio of properties and businesses that gave him financial freedom, and he insists anyone can do the same with the right mindset. Still, there's more to Robert than just book smarts. He's a former U.S. Marine and helicopter pilot who served in Vietnam. He's also been an entrepreneur since the 1970s, experiencing both success and bankruptcy. These aren't just ideas on paper. His philosophy is battle-tested, and that's why he's earned the respect of even seasoned investors. But the question is, why do his ideas stir so much controversy? It's because he challenges everything we're told to believe. He warns that saving money, once considered the wisest thing you could do, is actually dangerous in today's economy. Inflation eats away at savings. Instead, he advocates hedging against inflation with real assets. He criticizes the idea of relying on pensions or even 401ks, arguing that true financial independence must come from self-reliance, not government programs. He also breaks down money into 4 categories of earners: employees, self-employed, business owners, and investors, what he calls the cash flow quadrant. Most people live on the left side, employees and self-employed, trading time for money, but the rich operate on the right, business owners and investors, where money works 24/7, even while they sleep. So how does one switch quadrants? That's the million-dollar question. And Robert answers it consistently, through financial literacy, calculated risk-taking, and continuous learning. He says you don't need to be born rich, have a high IQ, or even go to college. What you need is courage, education, and mentors. Over the years, Kiyosaki has written dozens of books, launched cash flow board games, taught seminars, and appeared in media worldwide. He's mentored and collaborated with financial giants like Donald Trump, co-authoring Why We Want You to Be Rich. And he frequently shares insights on global economies, fiat currency collapse, and how the average person can prepare for downturns. But what really sets Robert apart is this: he doesn't sell hope. He sells truth, no matter how uncomfortable. He warns that the middle class is shrinking, that school debt is a trap, and that depending on a job alone is financial suicide in the long term. These messages make some people uncomfortable, but for others, they're the wake-up call they desperately needed. Here's the twist. Many of the wealthy already follow his principles quietly. They buy income-producing real estate, They own assets protected by LLCs. They use debt strategically, not to buy liabilities like cars and gadgets, but to acquire investments that pay them. And they teach their kids not just to work hard, but to think like owners, not employees. Now let's pause here. Think about your own life. Were you taught to budget, save, maybe invest a little in mutual funds, but not how to leverage, scale, or escape the rat race entirely? That's what makes Robert's message dangerous to the status quo. He teaches liberation, not through rebellion, but through financial mastery. So what can you do today to start applying his ideas? Start by identifying your liabilities and assets. Cut down the first, build up the second. Learn how money flows. Begin tracking your income, not just what you earn, but what you keep. Look into side hustles that can scale. Consider investing not just in stocks, but in your own knowledge. Kiyosaki often says, if you want to go somewhere, it is best to find someone who has already been there. So study the wealthy, not just their luxuries, but their disciplines. And here's a truth bomb. The real rich don't look rich. They drive modest cars, wear simple clothes, but their balance sheets are powerful. They own things that pay them over and over again. That's what Robert preaches. Freedom through ownership, wealth through education. If you're tired of spinning in circles, working, earning, spending, and repeating, it's time to explore a different path. A path that thousands have already walked thanks to Robert Kiyosaki's teachings. Because in the end, this isn't just about Robert, it's about you, your life, your legacy. The question isn't, who is Robert Kiyosaki? The real question is, are you ready to break free from the financial trap and write your own story of wealth? If this message resonates with you, don't scroll past. Hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs it, and subscribe to join the movement. Because the journey to financial freedom starts not with $1, but with a decision.